Hello, my name is Lisa Shea, and this video is part of my series on Chinese and Japanese books, DVDs, CDs, and other types of things from my library. And as you might imagine, I have many, many books on origami, so I figured I'd talk about a few of them. This is one that I've had for a long time, and it is appropriately titled Origami by Hideaki Sakata. So this book is nice in that it has full color pictures of the things that you're going to be making. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. And in cute poses. So you get tortoises in the sand, you've got the seals balancing boxes on their nose. So it gives you some sort of a sense of the things that you can create. You know, the flowers with stems, the lilies on the walls, little buildings, the organ, different kinds of boxes. So it's got focus. If I cover myself. You gonna focus now? All right, well anyway, you can tell that there are boxes in there, even though the camera is being a little troublesome. All right, so it's got a bunch of different types of creatures in there. It's got a page that shows you the basic folding technique, so you get a sense of how to do an inside-out fold, how to flatten a square into a rectangle, and that sort of thing. And then it gets into these shapes. So for example, let's find one. So we got a rabbit. So it shows you step by step the instructions for how to make a rabbit with pictures. And it has all these little arrows showing you how to go from step to step. So I like the idea very much. I love these little scenes that they create. You know, some origami books can be fairly dry and boring. And this one is sort of cute where it's got these little scenes set up. And it has some pretty papers like the goldfish are done with little shiny things and so on. But let's see if I can find some examples here. There are ones where the paper that they use is all a single color, and it can get pretty confusing when you're looking at a single color what the different layers are, because everything just blends together as a pink. And then if you've got these arrows going around, there's some of these ones where the arrows are like going in one direction and then in another direction. You have to follow things, and I suppose the rabbit's actually a good example of that. You have to try to follow things around the direction of the arrows, and it's not necessarily straightforward. Instead of having a more traditional step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4 in a nice order. So I know they wanted to make the layout look pretty, to have, you know, the little crane shapes going around the center crane, and I understand that the visual layout is pretty, but sometimes it's confusing because you've got these steps going around in circles. And then sometimes you've got like parts of things on one page and parts of things on the other page, which, you know, is also a little confusing. So I give this book high kudos for the layouts that they've got in terms of the prettiness of the items in the pictures. You know, showing you an example of making different boxes in different colors to make a nesting shape. So it's inspiring in that sense about the way that you can use these things. But I'm not keen on the way they just have the instructions randomly laid out and going around the pictures and following arrows left and right and not really helping you keep track of where you're going and what you're doing. And like I said, I am not really keen on the colors that they use sometimes. Sometimes they do use colors where it's a clear dark and a clear light, which makes it a little easier to follow. But sometimes they're using colors where the color on top of each other is just really hard to make out the different steps. So I would get this book to be one of a number of books that you use if you are doing origami from books, and there's all sorts of reason that doing it from a book can be very helpful. But I wouldn't necessarily have this as the only book that you have, because you might get confused with a couple of their shapes. It would be better to have a more traditional book with more clearly laid out steps one by one in a discrete order with pictures that show these steps in a better way. So fun book to have. It's fairly inexpensive. You know, it's not a huge thick book, so it's easy to grab a copy of it. And a good addition to an overall origami library. But if you were only going to have one and only one book on origami, then I would probably not choose this one. So let me know if you have any questions about it. Let me know if you have any questions about origami in general, because I've done origami for a long time and I enjoy it immensely. And I will go through the rest of my books over time, slowly but surely. I have quite a lot of them, and let you know my thoughts on the other books. So let me know if there are particular books you'd like me to cover to move to the front of the queue, and otherwise I will just keep moving through them as I find the time to do it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon.